Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be discussing about the topic of PM Janman scheme for the particularly vulnerable tribal groups. It means the scheme for the marginalized among the poor. So we always have a section, like for example, imagine if this is a middle class, then you can say, then consider that this is the unreserved category. Then you have the OBCs, then you have the SCs, and then you have the ST population. But within ST population, you also have the population within STs which are very poor, which are very marginalized, and which are very vulnerable. So those groups or those people are called PVTGs. This is, I think, in the simplest of terms, I can tell you what PVTGs is. That is the particularly vulnerable tribal groups. That among the tribal groups, the groups which are particularly vulnerable, they are called PVTGs. So let's begin about the points of discussion. First about the news, then what are PVTGs, what are the challenges in their development, schemes for the PVTGs that has been launched by the government of India, what is PM Janman scheme and how it will be beneficial for the PVTGs in the end, prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is government policies and interventions. So let's begin. And scheduled tribes and scheduled caste topics becomes extremely important because it has been asked in the exams before. So you need to prepare them thoroughly from both prelims and mains perspective. So the news talks about how the PM Janman scheme can help the PVTGs. So in November, the cabinet has approved the PM Janman scheme, and it stands for Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyay Mahabhiyan. So Janjati Adivasi, that is STs, Nyay Mahabhiyan, that is giving justice to them, and in short it is known as PM Janman. And the aim for the PM Janman is providing PVTGs household and habitations with basic facilities. So providing the PVTGs with basic facilities, and basic facilities, as we all know, like safe housing, clean drinking water and sanitation, access to education, health and nutrition. So these are the groups or the particularly vulnerable group who do not even have the access to the basic amenities. So giving them the access to the basic amenities becomes very important. Then the initiative is part of the Pradhan Mantri PVTG Development Mission. So under the Pradhan Mantri PVTG Development Mission, this scheme of PM Janman has been launched and has been approved by the cabinet, should I say. And it was announced in India's 2022-23 union budget and allocated rupees 15,000 crore over 3 years for development of the PVTGs. Now, I think many facts for prelims, at least you have got here, that PM Janman aim is to provide basic facilities to them under the Pradhan Mantri PVTG Development Mission was announced in the Union Budget of 2022-23, allocation of 15,000 crore rupees. Time period is for 3 years. Now, what are PVTGs? That with PVTGs stands for the particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So let's begin. As I already told you that within the scheduled tribes, the group which is particularly vulnerable, you can say the poorest of poor are the PVTGs. So in the year 1960-61, there was a commission known as Debar Commission. So the Debar Commission, it identified disparities among scheduled tribes. So the Debar Commission identified that among and within the scheduled tribes, there were disparities which were there, which led to the creation of the primitive tribal groups category. So earlier it was PTG. So 1960-70, Debar Commission, disparity within scheduled tribes, which led to the creation of primitive tribal groups. Then in the year 2006, this category was renamed as PVTG. So PTG became PVTGs. This was during 1960s and Debar Commission, and this is during the time of 2006. This you need to know that PTG became PVTGs. And initially there were 52 groups, but as of now there are 75 groups in 22,544 villages consisting of 18 states and 1 union territory. So what becomes important is you need to know that how many PVTGs as of now exist. So they are 75 in numbers, and the maximum number of PVTGs are there in the state of which one? It is Odisha. It is Odisha. And how do we identify PVTGs? So they have pre-agricultural lifestyle, that the lifestyle which was there during the time of pre-agricultural times. It means that they are still living that old lifestyle or primitive lifestyle. They have very low literacy level, and low literacy level leads to low education and low jobs and low income and low lifestyle. They have small or stagnant population. The population is not very much, like you can say that the Nicobaris or the Ongis or the Andamanis, they are very, very small in numbers. And they have subsistence economies. It means that the living standard and the earning standards are also very limited. Then what are the challenges in their development? That why is it that the PVTGs are not able to develop? Few of the challenges can be that they are severely marginalized. It means that the condition is not very good. They remain isolated. They do not interact much with the society. Low population, district socio-economic and cultural traits. So they are very related to their own culture, and they're not able to come out of that culture, which is also stopping them to indulge with the society. Then they have limited access to basic services. There is social discrimination with them, that even the society, and because of the caste system and because of the societal values, you can say, thus discrimination, they face a lot of social discrimination. Then there is vulnerability to displacement from development and natural disasters. They have to leave a lot of places and have to move from one place to another place. And because of that also, because of the displacement problems, because displacement can take place because of many reasons. Like for example, natural disasters can come. If there is construction of dam going on in the surrounding region, then also the tribe has to get displaced from one place to another place. So because of that problems, the tribes has to leave their native place and go and settle somewhere else. Then they have very little political representation. So who will talk on behalf of them? Then battling loss of traditional livelihoods and resource rights, and they are not very well aware also about what is going on in the political scenario, and also from the perspective of their upliftment. So they need a voice for themselves also. So these are few of the problems, and especially being socially isolated. So this restricts their representation, and this also restricts their interaction with the outer world. Now about schemes for PVTGs that has been launched by the government of India. So you can say that there is PVTG development plan, which talks about education, healthcare and livelihood opportunities while preserving traditional knowledge. So this PVTG development plan talks about the holistic development of the PVTG community. Then Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Vikas Mission, which focuses on market linkages and minor forest produce procurement as MSP, so that the PVTGs can interact with the outer world. Then Pradhan Mantri Adi Adarsh Gram Yojana, integrated tribal development project. Then there is tribal sub plan. There for education purpose, there is Eklavya model residential school, so that the children can go and get study and education. Then there is tribal research institute scheme, so that the students of the community can also come up and study and excel in the education sector. Then about the PM Janman, which we discussed in starting also, but now how is it and how it will be different and useful. First of all, proper identification and recognition of PVTGs, because nowadays what it has been said that the procedure which is followed for the recognition of the PVTGs is outdated, and a new procedure needs to be adopted and followed so that PVTGs can be recognized properly. Then participatory bottom up approach, then it will interact and include the people on the ground level also. That is, the scheme abundance the one size fits all approach in favor of customized strategies. So it is not that it is going on the old strategy, it talks about the new strategies and the customized and improved strategies. Then it involves PVTGs in decision making, it means going to the grassroots levels, addressing land rights which is associated with the PVTGs, social inclusion and cultural preservation, because the PVTGs are very, very close to their culture, to their heritage, to their language, to their script. So for them, the preservation of all these things are of utmost importance. Then livelihood promotion, how the lifestyle and the livelihood can be improved for them. So providing skills, training and resources so that they can also go into the market and find livelihood opportunities for themselves, like land and credit will help in sustainable lifestyles. Then health, nutrition and education. If the students will get education of the community, then they will grow up and will work in different sectors and will be able to earn a good lifestyle and livelihood for themselves, and they can also set an example for their community so that they can come out from the social isolation and can come up with regard to the social discrimination and can also make a mark on the societal terms. Then health and nutrition is very important, and having the nutritious food, living in a good environment and ecology, and then having good sanitation levels is of utmost importance. Having a healthy and a balanced diet so that the overall development takes place in a right way is what is important for them. So mobile medical health units will be crucial for providing healthcare in remote areas. Mobile, so that they can move from one place to another place in a quick manner, and the accessibility can also be better. Now in the end, a prelims MCQ, and people need to tell me the answer in the comment section, and that question talks about which states has the highest number of PVTGs, that is the particularly vulnerable tribal groups in India. So it is Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh or Odisha. We have discussed this important question, as you should know that in India which state has the highest number of PVTG groups. So give me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.